we're going to do an expansion of 4. So before I can do an expansion of 4, I have to find my 4 terms, my coefficients, right? Well, first off, that means I'm going to have, if I look, a 4C0, a 4C1, 4C2, 4C3, and 4C4. Shortcut! What's the first one's going to be? What's the first and last ones have to be? 1s. And what do the ones inside them have to be?
4.
4s. Our shortcut. So the only one I really have to find is what? 4C2. Now, I'm in teacher mode, so if I do put it up in teacher format, like 4, only 1 underneath, right? 4, 1. Here I'm going to write 4 times 3 over what? 1 times 2, so I only need 2 of them. Well, that's going to cancel to a 2. 2 times 3 is what? 6. And we already said this one has to be what? 4, and that one has to be what? 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Because remember, they are symmetric, right? So my coefficients are 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So I'm going to use those coefficients up here with this up here. Now, kind of hard to see it just because where the screen happened to be. Not maybe a good spot with my my screen that got broken. All right? I want to kind of laugh about that. If you watch that, just one of the videotapes, you want to see it, biggest math, big math fall, I don't know, something about math fall. Something about a math fall, I remember that. So here we go. The first coefficient is 1, and the exponent's 4, right? So that means I'm going to have 2x to the what? 4th power, and are there any y's? No, there's no y's. So what I'm going to do next is this. I'm going to move over to my next coefficient, which happens to be 4. Kind of hard to see the 4. There we go. Maybe see it there. See the 4, but see it?
Yeah.
4. So I'm going to have a 4 here. And this is going to be 2x, not to the 4th, but to the 3rd. And my first y shows up. My y is not y. It's what? Actually what? Negative 3. So now this next time, it's going to be the number what? 6, because the coefficient's what? 6. But I'm not going to have... Oh, I messed that up right there. Okay, so I'm not going to... So what's going to happen is this here. I'm going to have a 6. How many 2x's this time? I had 4, 3... 2. And this time, I have no y's. 1, 2, so it's what? Negative 3 squared, right? And I'm going to say something right here. Positive, it's going to be a negative answer. What? Positive, what's negative 3 times negative 3 going to make it? Positive, right?
Yep.
Now, what's my next coefficient? It's the number what? It's the number 4. So it's 4. And I have 1, 2x, because they're going down. And the y's are going what? Up. So it's going to be negative 3 to the 3rd, which will be a negative. And then my last coefficient is 1. And I have no x's. And the y term's negative 3, but I'll have it what? 4 times. So when I go to multiply it, 2 to the 4th is 16, so 16x 4th. 2 cubed is 8. 8 times 2 is 32. And 32 times negative 3 will be negative 96x cubed. Notice positive, negative. That's going to be positive 9. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. That's 2 squared is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. 6 times 36 will be a positive 216x squared. Notice x's are going what? Down, right? Here you know my answers, right? There I have negative 3 cubed is negative 27. Times 2 makes negative 54. Times 4 makes negative 216x. And the last one, there's no x's, but negative 3 cubed is positive 81. So that's like negative 3 times negative 3 makes 9. That's twice. 9 times 9 is 81. So there we go. That's what I would have right there. That would be the answer to that particular problem right there. Looking at the second one, the x minus 2y, it's exactly the same coefficients. The x's are going up, going down, 4, 3, 2, 1, no x's. And this time, my y is what? Not y, but what? Negative what? 2y. So notice there's no y ones. 1y, there's 2, 3, and what? 4. So when you do the math, so we have 1x to the 4th. It's going to be just negative 8x cubed y. Notice x's are going down and y's are going what? Up. That's going to be negative 2 squared, which makes a positive 4. Times that makes what? 24x squared y squared. I come over here. Negative 2 cubed would be negative 8. times that makes negative 32 with 1xy cubed. And over there, negative 2y squared would be a positive 16y. And notice, they did alternate between positive, positive what? Negative and positive for those particular answers right there as you plug them in. Okay? One other thing that you kind of can do on this here, as we have this all up here, let me kind of, okay, wrong one. Here we go. I still keep filming. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's another way to kind of do this one. That I kind of look at this right here as we look at the terms. Here's how I might write it myself. Yeah, if I was actually doing the work and writing it down that I don't have, not coming up on the computer this way, my coefficient's 1, right? And we're going to have this here. It's x to the what? It'll be actually be this case here, it'll be what? 2x to the what? 4th power, right? And there's no y's, correct?
Correct.
I write plus. Then I do this here. My next number is 4, and I'm going to have 2x to the 3rd. I'm going to skip a space. I'm going to go plus. My next coefficient is 6, 2x squared. I'm going to skip a space. My next number is 4 for that coefficient. I write 2x one time, skip a space, and put plus, and it's going to be 1 times something for my y. What I did was this. I wrote all my what first? X's, because I knew they were all 2 x's, and I went 4, 3, what? 2, what? 1, and none, so I could do it real fast, right? Now I'm going to come back and put in the y. What's the y? The y is the what? Actually, there's none on this one. There's 1 here, right?
Yeah.
How many here? 2. How many here?
3.
3. And here there will be what?
1.
4.
Oh, 4.
I kind of wrote mine that way because I was thinking about all my x's going down. I could just write it faster, which made the work go what?
Faster.
Faster. Which if I do that, it gives me the exact same numbers I got, which I'm just going to erase it because it's the exact same numbers I got when I did it what? That way, it just took what? Like a little longer to what? Get it done, right?